Hello, Brian Shannon again. It is Tuesday, the 27th of January, 2009, and let's go ahead and take a look at these stocks we've been looking at and a couple new ideas. We've got the Federal Reserve meeting tomorrow, so you want to be very careful with your trades and be extra cautious with where you place your stops and that sort of thing. We've been looking at shares of BEAV. They have not met our entry criteria yet. Still thinking that maybe above $9.50 is where some momentum begins to show itself in here. We do have a rising 5-day moving average. I think worst case stop now, probably right down here at about $9.10. So BEAV, want to keep an eye on that one still. MEA, we were looking at this one a couple days ago, getting in above this level here, and I had suggested putting your stop up at 268. I think that you can probably keep your stop at about that $2.69. I think when you get these early rallies, you want to get out of a little bit of it. But here the stock, did break past this high as well. So it's showing a nice pattern of higher highs and higher lows. Perhaps it gets up towards this $3.10 level or something. If you're, trading it and early on it starts breaking below its daily VWAP, that's, a lot of times a good place to get out. But stock is showing some nice little percentage movement in here, so continues to act good. ROC, this stock had a nice opening today, which failed quickly. Looking at that 1 minute time frame, you can see it broke below that daily VWAP, and then it was pretty much done for the day. So when you get involved in these, you want to keep aware of that. But we gotten involved over here. I had said that your stop basically was at about $7.80. I think really right now, worst case stop probably about 805 or so in ROC. Whole Foods, WFMI, I'd said the worst case stop was below this level. That did get hit. Whether you got involved or not is, up to you. But you don't get involved when they gap higher like that. There's an article on my blog under the popular post, gap, or chase the gap or wait for VWAP. So never chase these gaps, basically, is the way I see it. So you really shouldn't have lost in here, but if you did, then hopefully you can learn something from that. Whole Food continues to look like it may get going here. It might need to clear this level at about $11.75 though to really get moving. ALXN, I've been talking about this one short for a couple days. Yesterday I was saying that you should have been in. Worst case stop was $36.20. Today's high was $36.19. So I think you want to take partial profits in here. It did break below $35.50, and you can see that $35.50 is acting as resistance here late in the day. I'd say worst case now, probably about $35.60 on ALXN. Teva, we had also looked at that one. I bought some puts on here today because it's not really, it's really got to get below this level for the downward momentum to really pick up for Teva. But I said basically below 41.85. So had you gotten involved in there, we've got these lower highs, and again, it probably needs to break this bigger level down here for the downward momentum to really pick up, and that's probably about 41.25 or so. But the stop in here, I said, was 42.35. Today's high was 42.30. So I think you want to probably keep it around 42.35 or so. For a stop in there. AK Steel, I had suggested watching for a move above $10 a share. It didn't trade above $10 a share, and let's see, there's a $10 level. Obviously, it gapped higher today on some earnings and sold off, so scratch that one off the list for now. CVTX, this one, too bad we didn't mention it the day before because they got a buyout offer today, so you can scratch that one off your list as well. Amazon, this one continues to look weak. It's right down at the bottom end of this range, so be careful. Don't get too complacent with it. Looking for that major breakdown. If it starts reversing, be aware of that. No specific recommendations in here, but this stock as well. It ran higher this morning, found support at VWAP, made a lower high, broke below that VWAP, and then it was pretty much straight off a cliff at that point. But it continues to look weak, so keep that one on your list as far as potential shorts. So as does Pool. Pool, it's the 5-day moving average is rising a little bit. Probably got to get back below 1590. So no entry yet in there, but the stock still looks weak, and that daily time frame looks like a mess. Probably looking, rallying up on lighter volumes, so looking like a good short candidate. LVLT, I had said you wanted to keep this piece of junk on your radar for a move above $1.20. It hasn't done that yet, so keep this stock on your little garbage stock list for a potential movement. ZGEN, I had suggested above $4.20. Today's high was actually $4.20, so no trade there yet. Continue to keep this one on your list. If it moves above $4.20, I think now that it's showing a little bit of another higher low. Worst case stop is right here. Let's take a look back at level 3. Worst case stop probably, if you get involved up here, worst case stop probably around $1.08 or so. And finally, on the little junk stocks, I suggested looking at Human Genome above $2.20. It did that early on, so had you gotten involved in it, then I'd suggested also a stop in here of about 202 to 203. So if you're involved, I'd say keep your stop down near that 202, 203 level. But it's not really acting that great. I'd also just suggested you continue to watch as potential short candidates, PSYS. It's above the rising 5-day moving average, so nothing happening there yet. Same with Perigo. Keep this one on your watch list, but there's no hurry on this. 5-day moving average is rising. No hurry again. Some of the coal stocks are starting to look okay. Not really okay on the daily time frames, but on these 30-minute time frames, foundational coal, ACI. I think the better way to play it though is with KOL, which is the ETF for coal stocks. So still, they just look terrible. All these long trades, there's really not much bullish happening with them until you get to the shorter term time frames, which tells you don't hold on to these as far as looking at them as investments go. Maybe getting back, let's take a look at a shorter term time frame, maybe back above this 14 level. I'd say worst case stop below 1355 in KOL. Also, you want to probably keep your eye on this NIHD. This had moved nicely the other day, and hopefully you got out with a profit, but it looks like maybe it's about ready to go again above $20.50. I would say worst case stop probably just under 20 bucks a share. And another stock that you might want to watch for potential downside is ANSS. Nice little bearish flag is what it's looking like in here, rallying up to this prior level of support. Weekly time frame and monthly looks like it's still potentially got a long way to go on the downside. It's got a rising 5-day moving average, so probably just keep this one more on the watch. Again, we've got the Federal Reserve tomorrow, so things should be very volatile. Don't get too aggressive in there.